Well, we're over at Tim's. He had a problem with his camper, and it's not good. And the bad part is the insurance company basically told him to jump off a cliff. They won't even cover it at all, which is absolutely wrong. And we're going to take a look and see what happens. Happened here. His slide won't go in and out, right, Tim?
Nope.
This one? Okay. You come back here. And you guys see that crack up there? And then underneath, is it on the back side, Tim?
Yeah,
or
back,
front?
Back and front.
Underneath here, I'm gonna crawl underneath this thing. His frame took and buckled. It's got a big bow in it. Right there, if you can see down that frame, right here. Point it out. Yeah, right here is all bowed in, and the other side is bowed in the other way. So this is protruding out, if you can see it, right here, bad, and it bends in further down between the wheels. Let's see, right there. So the camper is a beautiful camper. It's, you know, other than that, and what was happened is he'll tell the story when we sit down here and have our little talk. But this is a beautiful coach, well taken care of.
She bought that mattress by mistake.
She's got a mattress laying here, that's okay.
But there's no structural damage here at all.
You don't see anything on the inside. Back here in this corner, you don't see nothing. Everything's solid. I mean, the roof, look at that. It's just beautiful.
No leaks, nothing.
No leaks. So, this thing is going to be for sale, and it'll be a beautiful rig for somebody if they want to play with that frame. You know, there's the head, there's the bedroom, but the roof, everything is in nice shape. This camper's in pretty nice shape. Other than that, I was wrong. This side of the frame is fine. I'll crawl under here so you can get a view. Yeah, this side of the frame is nice and straight. It's just the other side. And he went through some road construction in South Dakota, and it just so happens I came through the same road construction, and it was tight. And it had little lips, and it was narrow on the edges. But we're going to have a little chat, get some more information on how the insurance company is denying him anything. They said, nope, we're not covering nothing. Okay, me and Tim are going to sit here and have a little chat. He's going to tell us when it started, what all happened. So Go ahead, Tim, and tell us where you were and
Yeah, we were finishing up our extensive journey, 6,600 mile journey without a problem. And one night we stayed at Left Trail Race, Fort Thompson, South Dakota. Stayed there a couple nights, and then we were supposed to move on to the casino up in Minnesota, which is Prairie Edge, Prairie Island Casino. And so I did my air pressure check, my tighten lug nut check, and everything. Everything was fine and tight. And then we got started going. Got into Coleman, South Dakota. Made at the stoplight and went proceeded. And there was enough lane for maybe a smaller vehicle. And it was quite a challenge keeping the side of the camper, the right-hand side, from scraping the cement, and keeping the left-hand side on the road itself, which was about a 3.5 to 4 inch drop. So didn't think anything of it, got through it, don't want to do that again. Talking about, laughing about on the way there. Got into our next and last stop for the night, Prairie Edge Casino, and went to bring the slide out. Everything was fine. Stayed there a couple days, watched fireworks, all that fun stuff. Brought the slide out in, and the slide out started acting and sounding really funny. Stopped it halfway, brought it back out, figured it jumped the track or something, which has never happened before. Brought it back in and got it to close, went outside, everything was fine and looked, and proceeded 150 miles on our way home for the rest of our trip. Everything seemed to pull correctly, everything seemed to go correctly. Pulled it back in, emptied it out, and cleaned it up as we do every trip. And then the next day, after cleaning the truck, I walked down where it was parked and decided to look at the slide out and see if there was an issue there I need to address. And I crawled underneath there, all the brackets were fine. However, I looked at the frame between the tires and I saw some chaos going on there, bent frame and all that, and it was just a terrible situation. So we had talked, wife and I had talked about it. We figured it had to happen in Coleman, South Dakota during that road construction. We saw a camper previous in our trip that was kind of doing the bouncing back and forth, and we thought, God, we're sure lucky we're not him.
hell,
He's going to have some big problems.
you bet.
And turns out we had the big problem in Coleman, South Dakota. And so I went underneath there, tried to assess what I could do, what I couldn't do, and decided it's time to call my insurance agent. Considering it was hooked to the back of the truck and it was being driven, and there was no potholes we hit or any big abrupt things, because I would have noticed that in the truck.
Right.
The truck is a very large truck. It, can do whatever it needs to do without straining the trailer or anything. And so after finding that damage and talking it over with the wife, we decided to call our insurance, which is Progressive. And I always understood they were a very good insurance company. And they assigned a guy to come out and look at it. And he came out and looked at it, crawled underneath it, took some pictures, and he stated that he's never heard of frame failure on a travel trailer. And I've previously talked to several people, that's not that uncommon of a thing, but he claimed he's first time he's ever heard it in all his years of business. So he went back, and then they wanted me to take the underbelly off. Keep in mind, I'm 67 years old. I'm not crawling underneath to take the underbelly off. They hired a shop to come out here and do that.
That's their job. Yeah.
Yep. They want to investigate.
Yeah.
And so they did that, took more pictures, and then I got word back from my insurance agent, or from actually the adjuster's boss, that the coverage was denied.
And that was because they said something about
Lippert frames are famous for failing. Right after this guy told me he's never heard of it before in his career.
and it doesn't say anything in your insurance
Nope.
that we don't cover frame failure due to Lippert frames.
Correct. So
this is unbelievable, people.
I
Unbelievable. It's got to stop.
I got a hold of my agent, and we pay almost $1,000 a year for policy on this trailer.
Wow.
And
it's what, 9 years old now?
9 years old. So I got a hold of my agent, and I was very upset because the trailer still has a market value between $21,500 and $25,000. And so she ran it up the corporate ladder, and they had investigators, and went up right up to the president of the company, and got the word back last Friday that it was denied, and they hadn't put the underbelly back on it again. I told them they better do that, is otherwise that's vandalism.
Yeah, I mean, they cut it up though.
Yep.
I mean, so now you got to cut up the underbelly. I'd make them put a brand new one on it.
Yep, it's ridiculous the way they've treated me. I have a lot of insurance through, not Progressive so much. I've got probably 2 trailers through Progressive, which is going to change very rapidly.
I would too. I would too.
And
they can drop you, you can drop them.
when I was with American Family, I had everything with American Family, from travel trailers to tractors to trucks, house, everything. And I've never had so much hassle in a claim for hail damage or storm damage or roof damage, whatever. They've never questioned me and never intimidated me. They've been asking me through this whole last month, how much weight do I carry in the camper? I was able to give him a figure of weight, and he kind of took him back. He said, well, how do you know that? I said, because I'm anal enough where I weigh everything every spring before it goes back in the camper. I know exactly how many pounds are in that camper.
Yeah.
So they couldn't get me on overweight because it wasn't. Well within factory specifications. Then they asked me how many miles I have on the camper.
Did you tell them there's no trip meter on it?
There's no trip meter on it. Privately, I know about how many miles are on it, but the way I look at it, and I told the wife, it's got wheels on it, it's made to roll.
Yeah.
There's no limitation. My policy says I can only put X amount of miles
On a camper.
on a camper or anything else I own.
But so they just basically said, denied.
Denied. They couldn't nail me for something. And one thing that was very interesting, my agent, she had gotten some paperwork about the original denial letter, which I haven't seen, but she has seen it. She's supposed to be sending me a copy of the original denial.
And if I get it, I'll get a picture and post it.
They said normal road conditions. There was no mention in that document anywhere about going through road construction. And then when I got the second denial from her, the report she got was, they didn't say it was normal road conditions. They said it was road construction. Or how'd they put that again? Yeah, they said the normal conditions they stated in the first denial, that was eliminated. That report doesn't exist anymore. It vanished. Now in the official report, they have, we've experienced some road construction in Coleman, South Dakota.
Yeah, okay. You live in the United States. There's road construction every summer.
Yes.
So you're not supposed to drive on a highway with road construction with Progressive insurance.
Yeah. It's just
It's
totally
absolutely
ridiculous.
bullshit.
And I do not mind paying insurance premiums. I don't mind that at all.
You people should. This guy is particular on all of his stuff. It's amazing. I'm going to show you. I'm going to scan around his shop, and you'll see how particular he is.
And every time people always tease me that I'm so anal about safety, weight, air pressure, tire torque, everything. I check out things 6 ways from Sunday to be safe. Because I know, being a former firefighter, I know what can happen when you get lazy.
Yep.
And I did my due diligence, more and above and beyond, and this is what I've got. I got a big loss as far in my pocketbook right now.
Yeah, a big kick in the pants. And we put lithium batteries in his trailer today. And,
new trailer.
He ended up buying a brand new, what was it?
It's a Grand Design Reflection
pull behind.
Right.
And and it has solar on the roof, and it has the solar charger and stuff. So we flipped everything over to lithium. We put 2 lithium batteries in it, and I'm telling you, he went through and rechecked and rechecked and rechecked, and asked questions because he wants it right. But I guess his analness should be on insurance.
Right.
Because Progressive has dropped the ball on this deal, and they need to answer for it because it's wrong. But anyhow, I said I was going to show you something.
One thing I do want to add to it,
Sure.
and I add to my agent, told my agent too, I've been a machinist for almost 50 years, and I know my metal working.
Yeah.
I know metal fatigue. I know all about metals. I have yet to see one certified structural engineer looking at this case. I've seen a bunch of people that have no idea. Even the first adjuster said he had no mechanical ability at all. And that's something I want someone making that type of decision for me.
So that's what they got, making decisions for denial cases out
Yeah,
there.
it's just ridiculous.
People that don't have experience in the field of framework or anything. So.
Yeah, they wanted me to drag it somewhere originally.
Well,
Then they wanted to have the underbelly taken out, which they did. Then they're going to get a person from Lippert up from Indiana to take a look at this. Meanwhile, telling me the cost of all this to happen,
yeah,
which I really don't care about.
right.
And also that it's just ridiculous amount of money that the one adjuster was out here for 3 hours, and he was out here again for 2 more hours. Plus, they spent $500 pulling that belly off. It's going to cost them a lot more than that to pull it on. They would have been money ahead cutting me a check for tolling out the trailer. And like I told my agent, I don't want to win the lottery. I'm not after a freebie.
No,
I want what's due to me.
because it's 9 years old. It's structural, and everything else. Just be fair.
Yeah.
That's all you're asking.
That's all I'm asking.
Just be fair.
Yep.
So anyhow, I'm going to show you something, guys. He's his shop here, okay? This is his shop, and here's his truck. I'm telling you, everything is spotless, totally spotless. And look what he's got sitting here, huh? And this is the kind of guy that isn't going to do his maintenance and his due diligence. I think they're totally blowing smoke. I really do. So it just has to stop, and I'm going to put this out there, and hopefully you guys with Progressive, you do some checking. It is for sale, and it is reasonable. Email me if you're interested. Give me thumbs up if you like this video, because Progressive is not treating him fairly.